Now, because all this information is going through in just one little piece of HTML here, we can happily assume that they are doing this manually. Now, let's see what else these guys are offering. Traffic, ranking, targeted traffic, USA traffic. We can get all sorts of stuff from these guys. And I'm guessing that their system is all set up the exact same way. So let's look for their most expensive thing, starting at $100, Alexa ranking. See if we can get something real expensive. $2,500. That is really expensive. Now let's do this again. I'm going to put in my name, my email address, keywords. Let's go with web developer, website, teacher, entrepreneur, whatever you want to describe yourself as. Description, here's a good hint that you're probably not working with a very good or authentic website, is description was spelled incorrectly. It should be DE, not DI. So a sample description, let's go ahead, capitalize that, and my website URL. And that's calebtarline.com. And I click continue. It's now going to ask me to pay for this. I'm definitely not going to pay $2,500 for this. And look at that, the same thing shows up. Now, again, I want to show you. Let's go pay now. And don't worry, every time you click the pay now button, PayPal is going to ask you to put in your credentials, so it doesn't automatically take out $2,500 from your bank account. You don't have to worry about that. And you'll notice here that it says $2,500. That's a lot of money. Most people can't fork up that kind of money. So let's inspect the element. Value 0.01. I'm just going to close this yet again so we can see what's going on. Click pay now. And hey, look at that. A $2,500 product for just a penny. Now, my suggestion is don't do this with just PayPal websites. Whenever you see the PayPal logo, yeah, take a look for it. Why not? You might actually help someone's business quite a bit if you just let them know that they have this problem. And if you're a developer and you can solve this problem for them, you might be able to make a little bit of money off this. But anytime you see a pay now button, always inspect that element. So now I'm going to go to Udemy and I'm going to try and see what happens when I do this with Udemy. Let's go to a course that's slightly more expensive. Take this course for $10. It's also asking me to go to PayPal. Interesting. So all I did was I right-clicked and I went to that inspect element again. And you'll notice that this one is very different. Udemy is doing this properly, where they're actually sending us to a URL. They're going to be sending us to udemy.com/payment/process express checkout payment. And let's check out the credit card. Let's see what happens here when we do this. I can imagine that this probably goes through Stripe and not through PayPal. See if we can find that out. This is a submit button. And we have a bunch of hidden fields again. So let's take a look if we can find any hints in here. I don't see anything. So card type, it's not valid yet. An ID, another ID. Udemy is really annoying DT code, which you see in the URL here. Stripe token, there we go. We know that this is through Stripe. Now we cannot use this kind of process, this kind of payment trick with Stripe. It only works through PayPal. So let's go back to PayPal. Let's click Go to PayPal. And again, it's asking me for $10, which is what the course price was. It's asking me to log in before I actually pay. Let's cancel and return to Udemy. We're on a separate page. redeem a coupon. This actually got rid of the coupon for me. And again, I'm looking for how much this course is going to cost. I don't see anything in here. I don't see any variables in the URL. The BO ID, we know that. BO type is course. The DT code is whatever is in. We know that this is URL. This is the A tag, which is an anchor. It's a link. We know that it's not a submit button. So there's not much we can do with this. So now you know how to kind of hack the PayPal payment system in a way that works and a way that won't work. Udemy, it won't work. But with this Facebook like buying site, I guess I shouldn't call it that. You can buy a large array of things in here. Again, Twitter followers, same thing. I wouldn't buy fake Twitter followers. It's not going to help you, especially once you start looking at analytics. It's not going to help you at all. But for demonstration purposes, let's do one more. Let's check out the Twitter one. Same thing. All their pages are the exact same. It just has a different price in there. Again, we can change this value amount. We could increase it, give them a nice bonus. I don't think that's in anybody's interest though. So again, we can just change that to 1 penny. Scroll that bad boy down, pay now, and then click the pay now button, and we are good to go. You can now get any product or service that you want for just a penny. Again, I have to let you know though, now that you know this trick, it is vital, it is absolutely vital that you contact the administrator. Let them know how to change this and how you did it. So the first thing that I would do is I would go to whois.com/whois and just type in the URL. So I'm going to use my URL in there. And you can see that my email address is actually in there. And you can do this with a number of websites. Some websites have a little more privacy control over them, so you won't get it right away. But again, that's not a problem for us because we also have the sales email address in here. And what we need to do is take that email address and email them. Let them know you found a bug. And again, if you are a developer or you know how to use PayPal buttons or anything like that, feel free to offer to them. Say, hey, I know how to fix this problem for you. This problem will never happen again. And you can create a secure button that does not use the amount. Now, again, this does not work on every single website. It does not work with every single PayPal payment system button, anything that you see like that has to do with PayPal. There are a lot of websites out there that are using the proper PayPal setup now, but because they want a little more customizability, they use all these hidden input fields. Now, the problem with that is that they're customizable, and even we can customize it. So let them know that there's another way to do it. It might take a little bit more work for them. Again, if you're a developer, it might take a little bit more work for you, but as a developer, that just means you can charge more money. If you're not a developer, good news. Go find a developer. There are hundreds of thousands of developers out there these days that know how to do this. Go find one, take a finder's fee. Make a little bit of money off this. There's no wrong in making a little bit of money off this. If they don't want to take your offer, that's fine. You still let them know that they have a major security issue with their payment system and that people could buy pretty much anything from them for any amount that they want. So that's it for this video. Again, please take the time to be an ethical hacker. Do not be a black hat hacker. Black hat hacker is basically someone who just gets stuff for free because it might work for the first 10 or 100 times you do it. You don't want to take the risk of getting on the wrong side of someone who has the money to hire a lawyer, who will take you to court for something like this. And with all the new legislation and regulation against internet services and the security against internet companies, I would take that very seriously. So always let them know. It's very, very important. I don't want you getting in trouble for any of this. I just want you to know that this loophole simply exists. That's it. And now you know how to hack the PayPal payment system and get anything you want for just a penny.